To complete drawings using symmetry. Each drawing shows half of a figure. The dashed gray line shows a line of symmetry. Draw the whole image for each figure. Method 1, you can use the paper folding technique. You can fold a piece of paper in half, draw the figure so that the line of symmetry is along that folded edge. You can cut it out when it's folded, and then when you open it up again, you'll have the entire image. So that's one technique. Technique number 2 is using measurement or counting. So here we've got our half image on a grid, and we can make use of that grid to draw the other half. So draw half the figure on the grid, label its vertices. Vertices are going to become important, that's the corners. So A, B, C, and D. And we've got our line of symmetry marked between A and D. Now to reflect it, we're going to have to draw some extra points. A is already on the line of symmetry, so is D, so we don't actually have to draw those again. It's just B and C that we're going to have to worry about. So that's points B and C. So draw the reflected points the same distance from the fold line. So B is on this line, so that's easy. It's 1, 2.5 squares away from our line of symmetry, so we're going to count 2.5 below it. And so this point right here, as shown here, that becomes B prime. It's a copy of B reflected, so it's B prime. And that's what that little tick, or it looks like an exponent 1, but it's actually a tick. And we can do the same thing with C. It's also 2.5 away from the line of symmetry. So, and it falls on this vertical line on the grid, so we go down 2.5 to right there, and that becomes C prime. So that's what they're showing here. There's one line on this segment and one on this segment to show that they're the same length. And then we've got 2 lines crossing it here and here to show that these are the same length as each other. Now in this particular instance, all 4 of these are exactly the same length, but we've kept them separately identified, 1 tick and 2 ticks, just to show that they're for different points. So now that you've got these 2 points down here, we can connect the dots, quite literally, to finish off our diagram. So we draw the reflected points the same distance, that's what we've done. And that distance must be perpendicular to the fold line. Perpendicular means 90 degrees. So if this is our fold line, 90 degrees up or down is going to be our reflected points. So line segment BX is this one here. That's the same as X prime to B prime. And CD is the same as C prime to D prime. Connect them up and you're good to go. So according to this literacy link, as I've already mentioned, we use B prime and C prime to label the new positions of B and C after the transformation. And this B with the tick is read as B prime. So we could redraw it here, but the steps have already been given. All right, B. We've got a shape drawn here with a vertical line of symmetry on its edge. So once again, we can put it on a grid. Draw your line of symmetry, label your vertices. So A, B, C, D, E, and F. And then we start reflecting across. This is 2 spaces away from our line, so this is 2 spaces a line. That's 2, that's 2. And then we can start drawing them, connecting them. F is 2 away, so this becomes F prime. And we can connect that up. E is 2 away, so E prime will also be 2 away. D is 1, 2, 3, 4 away from our line of symmetry. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our D prime. And then the top part was already drawn, so we can finish connecting the dots. And so now we've got our reflection drawn. So we've now created the letter H. Now this line of symmetry, even though it's on our graph or our grid paper, is not part of the actual figure. The line of symmetry is not part of the final figure, so the final figure just looks like this. Now I just noticed another issue. The original one was shaded. This should also be shaded to be a true copy of the original question. So that's the process. Find a perpendicular distance to your line of symmetry for each vertex, and then go that same distance to the other side to create the reflected vertex. Then you can connect your dots and you should have your final figure. So here are some examples in a show you know. Give it a go.